We are back, and right now we're going to be checking out some Seedance 2.0 videos. These are kind of the ones that are going viral. I'm going to give my thoughts as someone who's been in the film industry for almost 30 years. I've got friends that work in visual effects. I've got friends that work in post-production. So, I'm going to look at this through a different kind of lens, and here we go. Let's do it. This is the Will Smith. We've seen the versions of Will Smith over time, and this is the latest Will Smith eating spaghetti, which it's so weird that this was a thing, but it's a thing. So, here we go.
That's the good stuff, and that's a wrap.
Now, right away, a lot of the things, because you've got to feed this stuff copywritten material, you can see the influence from Men in Black, and you can see these things that are it's pretty self-aware. So, the question is, can it create original stuff, or is it just going to keep copying and tweaking things we've already seen, which is why some of this stuff hits a chord with a lot of people. Okay, now this is, obviously it's the Matrix with Harry Potter and Voldemort. One of the things that I've noticed when it comes to a lot of the fight scenes that have been put out there by Seedance is they're all the same moves or very close to the same moves. And then I saw a behind the scenes thing where they fed two guys fighting in front of a green screen, two martial arts guys sparring. And then that's what they feed into as the video element, and then say, make it with Voldemort or Harry Potter in the Matrix or whatever. And so what we're seeing is so they did have to get actors to do the fight stuff. And this goes for when it's the Brad Pitt versus Tom Cruise and all that. They're feeding it video of people in front of a green screen, which technically keeps humans in the loop, because that means that this software can't really do fight choreography on its own. And if it can, it's not doing it very well, which is why they have to feed in human elements. Let's go. Let's watch.
A lot of people asking how the roommate situation is going. He's chill, but there are things. Fridge is consecrated, tastes like communion wafers. Worst part, every time I enter the room, every single time. Bathroom at 2 a.m. Be not afraid. Getting water. Be not afraid. Lease up in 4 months.
All the influencer type videos that are out there, like literally now, like Facebook, TikTok, almost every video you see where someone's trying to sell something is AI. Because you can tell because of the mouth flaps and all this stuff, it just, something's off, the sound is off, everything's too clean. And so, literally it's killing jobs of actors and people that actually would do these kind of things. So that's very frustrating. But I can pick out this influencer like ad type crap all the time. I see it and I go, oh, AI, AI.
If anyone has a room, please.
The thing about this, they said Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator fighting RoboCop. RoboCop he's not accurate. His armor's not accurate in a lot of these shots. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger, they're using Arnold Schwarzenegger from T3, Terminator 3, but he's got a haircut that's extremely short, that's not normal to any of the Terminator films, except maybe the first one. But the fact that they've got the jacket from T2, but they're generating the face of the older Arnold is a little odd to me, if that's the choice that Seedance is taking. But the RoboCop, they don't get the sounds right of RoboCop's movements. The hum is not there. This person didn't spend a lot of time, doing, like real research. He just kind of plugged it in and let it run. But it's definitely, sure, it's fine. But you can clearly see RoboCop doesn't have legs like this. He doesn't have writing on his armor. You know, is it accurate? It's close. The boots don't look the same because there's a split toe. RoboCop has a split toe, a big toe from the rest of his the other 4 toes. Yeah, I just, you know, again, like this is why if you're trying to use this for a movie, let's say they want to make another RoboCop film and they put this stuff in and they feed it all the images, it may come back 100 times inaccurate to do exactly what they want it to do, where it would be easier just to, you know, put Peter Weller in front of a screen and video his face and have him deliver all the lines, and then have somebody else acting out in a mocap suit, and then just put the armor on. And I mean, it would be better to just do it old fashioned and not do it this way. I mean, you can clearly see, like, with this version of Thanos, he's got hair on his head, and he's got a bald head, but it's not like his head in the movie. He's got stubble, almost like a Bruce Willis, like Pulp Fiction thing going on, which is an odd choice. And this is, of course, I've looked at this many a time so far, and you know, there's a shot where Tom Cruise doesn't even connect with Brad Pitt's face in a punch, and I paused it and I posted it. And one of the things that's frustrating about it is I post it, and then all the AI bros were like, well, they don't ever really make contact when they make movies, so the AI is just replicating what they do in real life. And I'm like, bullshit. If this is supposed to be a fight scene and there's not going to be any harm because there's no humans involved, there's no reason why the AI can't make contact with the face in these action sequences. And there are some shots where the fist will stop like right here, and then they'll throw their head back instead of following through. And again, when you look at this combination of fighting, it's the same combination of fighting that was done by Voldemort and Harry Potter. So again, like, they're feeding the same info in as far as the fight choreography, but they're not letting maybe Seedance do the fight choreography on their own because maybe it can't do it yet.
You killed Jeffrey Epstein, you animal! He was a good man! He knew too much about...
And that voice doesn't sound like Tom Cruise at all, but that other voice sounds a lot like Brad Pitt.
Our Russia operations. He had to die, and now you die too.
Because you're worth it. Introducing our new hair serum for hair that shines with strength and beauty. Strong.
Now, this kind of stuff obviously works really well to sell makeup and like hair oils and things like that. The problem is this false advertising? Okay, because you're not using actors with real hair. So when somebody does do a Maybelline commercial, they may have to put a disclaimer at the bottom that either 1 says it's AI or 2 says results may vary for you, because this is genetically perfect people with perfect hair, and the results of the serum, it's not the real serum, so we don't know what the results are for these people who are getting this hair treatment, this scalp oil.
Beautiful hair.
So yeah, I mean, I think that's a problem. There's an ethical problem when you're trying to sell somebody something.
They didn't walk, they sagated, like a crab with a mortgage. So the probe was musical? Look at me! Do I look like a man who was probed by a trombone? I can't do it.
Come on, they can't replace us. We're the real thing.
All right, so one of my big issues with this, I saw this clip earlier, is Anne Hathaway's Eyeline. She's literally looking off at no one. She's not interacting with the Tom Hanks or this Chris Evans looking guy, because Chris Evans' face morphs as the shot progresses, and you can't really tell if it's Chris Evans or somebody else. And then when it cuts to just Tom Tom Hanks, and it pulls back his face, it doesn't look like Tom Hanks anymore. So again, like, I know they're trying to do these sweeping shots, but it may be better to just do basic shots that you cut later, because the more the AI has to do these shots and turns and ups and downs, and the more it loses information as it goes.
I mean,
who the hell is she talking to? Chris Evans is right here. His eye line is here. Her eyes should be looking left at him, and they're not.
eventually they won't need us at all.
Then you not a BA white.
And then, of course, that doesn't look like Chris Evans at all. Who knows who this is? That does, you know, I think they were trying to go for that. And then right there, that starts to not look like Tom Hanks anymore. Doesn't look like Tom Hanks. Now I like this stuff here, but this strikes me as video gameplay. Like, I could see them using this in video games. Like, once you get to a certain level and you beat something, then it'll show you a cinematic thing. And I think that would work for video games. Again, it's going to kill jobs, but this stuff also, the things that I seem to gravitate towards as far as, it's appealing to me as an audience member, is stuff that looks like and feels like original content and not the knockoff stuff.
Is this the best your planet can offer?
And this is odd because, you know, up here, this looks very photorealistic. The water looks photorealistic, everything. But the minute this guy starts talking, the animation looks wonky. And then it kind of pulls me out of it.
Me destroy everything!
And that just doesn't look good at all. I mean, I don't know, like, that just doesn't look good. It's just, there's no photorealism to that. You know, if that's what they're selling, Seedance, it's like, this stuff is photorealistic, this is what it's going to look like. No.
Whatever. Let's get this over with.
You know, I mean, the mouth flaps don't work for this character. I get that it's supposed to look like an animation, maybe an anime.
Too slow.
Shut up and disappear!
Yeah, I mean, would I want to watch a full hour movie of this, 2-hour movie of this? No.
No, Sayu.
Because to me, it doesn't know, it looks like Dragon Ball Z. To me, it doesn't look like it knows what it wants to be. It doesn't know if it wants to be photorealistic. It doesn't know if it wants to be as realistic as maybe a Pixar film. It doesn't know if it wants to be an anime. It's this weird in-between world that, like, doesn't feel like anything.
Vegeta, ni Urza dobi ni Chown.
And once again, you know, you're selling a product that's eyelashes. You know, the makeup. The makeup's going to be a big one for people to not buy into.
瞬间
I mean, not a real person, doesn't exist. So are those eyelashes? Is that how the results are going to look when you put it on? I just
绽放
This doesn't really have audio. It looks like a ninja fighting a Viking. You know, again, what do we have here?
Let the hostage go! Drop the weapon now!
Stay back! I'll kill her! I swear I'll do it! I'm gonna do it!
Now that was probably one of the better, I would say,
Let the hostage go!
better performances from a synthetic
Stay
human
back!
like that.
I'll kill her! I swear I'll do it!
But just like theater, when AI does well is when the emotions are big. Ah, ah, ah! But it's the subtle things that it can't seem to capture. That's where it loses a lot, is the subtle emotions. But big emotions, you can sell big emotions. And so that's why I think this video comes across better.
I'm gonna do it!
All this stuff looks really good. I think for a children's show, this is probably something that can be done. Although the frog's smoking a cigarette. But the thing about it is, how many times do you have to prompt this to get what you need? See, the thing about animation is it takes a long time to do what Pixar has to do. So I think I remember reading that Lionsgate had said that they had fed, they're spent hundreds of millions of dollars feeding all their libraries of movies into an AI, and then they estimated it would take 7 years to make a feature film, a 2-hour feature film, because of the prompting and how long it takes. And people said, well, yeah, but in 6 months the prompting will get better. In 6 months, the problem is when you make a movie, they're trying to get product out. They're trying to get movies and animation. I mean, if you're trying to do a kid's show that's a series based on these characters, let's say, that's going to take forever to crank out 10 episodes. It's just, 10 half-hour episodes that could be on Netflix. That would take years. And I just don't think, look, Hollywood is impatient. They want to make money. They don't want to wait years. That's why I think this will be more of a tool.
It smells like a wet fart in here.
And again, these big emotions. Look out! This thing's coming! It really can sell that. It can sell that in a performance, although you can still tell it's not a real thing.
Go! Clara, get down!
And the other part about this type of, this whole shot was one shot, and it almost did like a Spielberg oneer where it would change positions as it went through to get different frames. The problem is you really needed to cut to see this guy's face, and it didn't really do that. I mean, obvious a Cobra Kai knockoff kind of thing. And again, but see, these are all, it's like one continuous shot that zip zooms back and forth. People don't watch shows like that. People don't watch shows shows aren't made that way. So if we're all going to get brain twisted that everything has to be a zip zoom move here, there, then that's going to take a generation of people to get used to, or a generation of people to die off that aren't going to want to watch stuff that's nothing but zip zooms everywhere. Now that's a better Miyagi than the one that they used, in the movie or in the TV show when they brought him back in a couple of flashbacks. But look at this finger. What's going on here with this finger? It's just weird. It's like got a calcification on it or something. It's not normal. And again, literally this entire sequence is one shot, just zip zooming in and out. And it may be good for a montage in a television show if you wanted to do that, if you wanted to go there. But from a basic principle of filmmaking, this is very distracting.
You cannot escape now!
And I think the use of Jet Li, this kind of looks like Jet Li, or a version of Jet Li. This kind of stuff here, it's getting wonky.
Who Who said I running away?
I mean, this kind of thing would be just fine for a Super Bowl commercial. The one thing that I'm not necessarily against is the use of horses and deer. And like, one, you can't get them all to do this. You know, you wouldn't be able to get a dog and all these guys to run together on a track. But as you could see, like the horse's legs are disappearing. You know, the lines on the track is cutting right through. And you could say, well, that's because of motion blur. But the thing about it is, you know, I have no problem not using real animals in things, although I really feel like for Crypto and Superman, they could have just done a real dog for close-ups and stuff instead of making it all CGI or all a visual effect. But I mean, this, I can tolerate this because of the whole cruelty to animal aspect.
Off. It's a fast start, and the horse takes the early lead.
Yeah, I could care less about these video game type things. Yeah. You know, these are interesting, you know, but you know, the cat has these weird short legs in this, which is odd to me. I've had cats my whole life. This looks like a cat that had its arms chopped off. I don't know if it's supposed to look that way.
The old magic is stirring. The time to act is upon us.
I mean, I think this looks amazing, but again, like the way this cuts, it shows that whoever put this together doesn't understand filmmaking and doesn't understand coverage, how it's coming across. Now, if that's what Seedance is doing and it's coming up with this shot sequence, it doesn't make sense. You know, I will say this about car stuff. Car stuff to shoot for films is car stuff to shoot for films is extremely dangerous. I'm just going to say that. I was working on a TV show, and I won't name the show, but there was a car accident where a stunt crew accidentally fishtailed a Mustang and crashed into the ditch on the side of the road, lost control. And the stunt person that was sitting, they weren't expecting the car to do that at all. It was just supposed to be a fishtail, and it pulls out straight. But the driver lost control of the car, and it had somebody was sitting in the seat next to him, and it peeled like their scalp back because they hit the dashboard. They weren't set up right. They didn't have helmets. It was more of a cosmetic shot, not necessarily like a full-on stunt type thing. And it went awry. And I remember the on-set medic had to bust the side window out and then literally grabbed the scalp and flipped it back on this woman's head and held it tight. And she had to be airlifted. And you know, so for me, you know, but that's where I don't mind CGI cars either, like visual effect cars, like what they did with F1 and stuff like that. Like if you can pull off some of those things without killing people or putting people at risk, I'm all for that kind of stuff. So when I see the car stuff, you know, in my head, I'm thinking it's not going to take much to lose control and flip this car and maybe injure people, or, you know, maybe there's other, you know, on a shot like this, every other car would have a stunt driver in it, so that, you know, obviously you're not going to use extras and have a stunt guy drive through them. So literally everyone, this would be a closed road and every single car would have a stunt driver in it. And it looks like they're getting the physics for cars. They're getting the physics, and I've seen a couple of AI videos where they've wrecked into a wall or crashed into a tree, and the way the cars crumple and crash, they seem to be getting that really well. Like if I was to shoot something, an independent film, and I had to have a car crash, and I had reference photos of a BMW and a plate shot of what I needed, and I could get a car crash, I would probably go with AI, even as a studio, just from a safety standpoint. It's going to put a lot of stunt people out of work and things like that, but you know, they'll find other uses for the stunt people in an action film, you know, that may have some driving in it. I mean, again, like this, like Snowpiercer type thing, but again, like this whole shot looks like animation. It looks like video game stuff. This doesn't, like, if I saw this in the cinema, it would not blow me away at all, that shot, because it just doesn't look real. Neither does any of this. None of this looks photorealistic to me. Yeah. This doesn't look photorealistic to me either. I think there are visual effects simulators that do water better than this. The water's icing over. And again, like if you needed shots like this for a National Geographic special on asteroids, they're already doing really good work in that realm when it comes to the visual effects. You know, there's all these series like Earth and there's ones about dinosaurs. I could see them using this, you know, for that. Yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff looks like it would be stuff you could use. Because in those National Geographic specials or Discovery Channel specials, they're not trying to be photorealistic. Yeah, I mean, that's just as good enough quality to be on a Netflix series narrated by Morgan Freeman. And you could probably get AI to narrate Morgan Freeman too, but let's not go there because he's already on the record saying he doesn't want anyone using his voice because he wants to make money as long as he can while he's alive with his voice.
Your mythical beast is an invader.
She was accidentally.
And again, it's these big faces that, oh my God, look out! This is like it can kind of sell that because the shots are chaotic, right? Like you're driving a car and there's action, and so there's so much other stuff going on. You kind of can forgive that.
Teleported here by the portal. He means no harm.
I can communicate.
Oh, dude, if he hit that piece of concrete, that would have crushed the car and killed everyone. It wouldn't have just broke the windshield.
Communicate with Kong through sign language. You go calm your beast.
All right, we have to make them know it's all a misunderstanding.
And like these Kong, none of this stuff looks real to me. It looks like video game. Yeah, I mean, this was so inconsistent. I saw this earlier too. I mean, Spider-Man in one shot has a white spider on his back. One time he looks like Tobey Maguire with the raised webbing. Another time he looks like Tom Holland. Like this one was really bad. got the... I mean, that does nothing for me. Yeah, I mean, the suit changes from every shot. Yeah, sometimes this guy's fur looks photorealistic and other times it doesn't. You know, the suit is totally different. It doesn't have the raised webbing like Tobey Maguire type suit. And that's because this AI, you'd say Spider-Man, and it's just going to give you a bunch of versions of Spider-Man all in one action sequence. So it's just unreliable. The continuity is the biggest problem with this stuff. And they, people all have their 5 fingers now, but it's still struggling. Yeah, I mean, the creature's face just completely changed. It doesn't look anything like it did in the last couple of frames. This is all slop. Yeah. Blech. Yeah, this is awful. The guy's mouth chain. You don't even have the teeth anymore like you did before. Like underbite jetting out. And that's not even the same suit. That's the Andrew Garfield suit. So
hey, bro.
A minute ago it was the Tom Holland suit.
I can do this all day.
No, you can't do it all day. Now again, this looks like it's a Nike ad, just trying to show people, what you could do with a Nike ad, but at the same time, I mean, it looks real, but is all this false advertising? None of the clothes, may look and feel like this in real life. So I worry about this stuff, Yeah, we're gonna get some Star Wars slop here mixed in with Marvel. I mean, I don't get what happened there with the hand and the lightsaber switching hands. Like, look, like he has no lightsaber in his hands right here. And then all of a sudden the lightsaber's in his hand. I mean, I guess he could have used the Force if he dropped it. This is the problem I have with even Crypto in the Superman stuff is like these animals, when they're interacting with other people, they don't seem to have weight when they hit the ground and when they're cutting through the dirt. It's missing this element of weight that the human eye can recognize. Survivor Pikachu.
It's time to vote.
Wrong island rodent.
Let's tally the votes. Bring out the water.
I mean, they all look computer generated. They all look like a video game character. This isn't photorealistic.
Water bucket.
I get that that's Orco. It's Orca. It's trying to be like a Jaws type thing. Yeah, you know, people's tastes are weird. The anime stuff looks good. More Will Smith eating spaghetti. You know, the last one didn't seem so bad, but you know, again, it's like when it's an original type IP that I've never seen before, I seem to buy into it a little bit better. Like, sure, I've seen images like this, like speeder bikes and stuff, and you know, on Tatooine and things like that in Star Wars, but this is totally different. This was almost like a light cycle hovercraft type thing, and you could tell it was original. Unless it's something I haven't seen before. Anytime I see a character from this position running forward towards something, it looks like a video game. Like when you're playing a character and they're running, and it just, there's no weight to it. It's got a weird motion as it runs, because it's like someone's feeding this Seedance video gameplay as like its reference. And so that's the motion it gets from the characters. Skip through some of this. It's a long video.
Much.
That's not what I ordered. Get in the car, now.
You didn't tell me there'd be this.
You see the big movements? You didn't tell me it would be this big, or this is going to be this great. See, like, it's like borderline Psycho with the eyes, but, you know, it's like they can't do the subtle stuff.
There wasn't supposed to be.
Drive faster, honey.
Yeah. Here's more otters.
In a world of marvels, some creatures defy all expectations. This is the incredible story of the pilot otter.
Yeah, I don't think people crawl like that.
Keep walking, buddy.
I could see crowd shots if you're gonna have a stadium and you need a shot of people, a crowd, you know, for a movie. I could see them using this over anything else. just keep in mind at some point, because AI scrubs the internet for everything, and I saw a character last night in a video that morphed as she walked, and she looked like Scarlett Johansson, and she looked like Margot Robbie, and then she turned a corner and looked a little bit like another actress. And the problem with AI is it's going to scrub the internet, and at some point your face will show up somewhere around the world on someone's computer that they're generating stuff because it's sampling everything. So your likeness is being used, whether they use your eyes or your ears or maybe your entire face. So at some point that's going to happen, and you don't have any control over it. You're not going to make any money off of it because all this stuff scrubs the internet and doesn't care about copyright. You know, people need to own their likeness. I don't know how I'd own my likeness. I don't know how to do that, but it might be something I have to look into. Oh, that's interesting. They blurred out the, because I guess the Chinese, because this is Seedance is doing it, they have the communist logo on that tank. The question you have to ask is, if you use this for, let's say, Transformers, is this character going to look the same in every shot? You know, like once he transforms, is the transformation going to be different every time there's a transformation? That's what you have to ask, you know, when it comes to this stuff, you know. You know, and that's the biggest problem. If it doesn't look right, you have to reprompt. Doesn't look like, you got to reprompt.
Hey, 这铁疙瘩真够气派的。
快看，是变形金刚！
I mean, a lot of this stuff looks just as good as any Transformer movie. You know, the question is, can you tell a consistent story? That's really what it comes down to. And if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be the Chinese. They're going to figure this out.
緊急速報、東京タワーに接しています。東京都内では緊急撃退宣言が発令され、特に安全な場所に避難してください。市民はすぐ。
ロボットは現在東京タワーに向かっているところです。
Containment protocol active. Humanity not ready.
Will they ever let us out?
Not there yet with the mouth flaps. Again, that looked pretty good. The guy on the grasshopper. I mean, but you know, I don't know how far you can take that. I gotta hand it to him. Well, now these like these samurais with the cherry blossoms behind them. That looks pretty cool. But again, like, this guy is this guy, right? So that's the thing. Like, they replicate in a big crowd like that. They're just replicating guys over and over again. Yeah, it's pretty clear the anime stuff they've seemed to nailed to have nailed down, but you know, it depends on how they're feeding. You know, if somebody's actually drawing the images as storyboards and then they feed it into the AI to animate, I could see that as a thing, you know. But you know, if it's just trying to create it on its own, it's just gonna rip off everything else that's come before it.
了解全弾発射逃がさない次の敵捕捉します来いやつらめ
Okay, we're gonna this one. Let's... And there's something about why they always have to use slow motion or half speeds with everything. Halo meets the Matrix. Yeah, that's the physics on that one. Yeah, very video game. And that's what I mean by running. That's the same run that who's that? What's that one character that's always running? And he's like an assassin. Assassin's Creed. This is the Assassin's Creed run. So somebody fed this in and said, I want my character running like this, and it gave it an example, and this is the Assassin's Creed run. Again, I can see car commercials using this stuff. They didn't really... They got a samurai in the car.
Just tell me the truth.
You already know. You destroyed us!
Then I'm leaving.
You see, they have to yell and scream. You know, it's never... You know, and that's where actors just, they really know how to act and bring a performance, and the nuances and the little things, and what people don't understand too about, you know, show me, don't tell me. That's a phrase I use all the time. You know, that you can show somebody that and not have to scream it out. You know, and that's where actors talk with directors, come up with ideas together. It's very collaborative acting. This isn't. There's no collaboration. Just more of the same, more video game stuff, you know?
Oh, I seem to have forgotten my money.
Stop!
You never listen!
Yeah, it doesn't look like Jason Alexander at all.
我带了吗？
带了，在那里。
怎么那么少？
最近不太好弄。
现金还是扫码？
This looks really good. This is probably some of the best I've seen so far.
现金，
下次需要再找我。
This stuff looks really good too. Jet Li and Bruce Lee. Yeah, there's this funky thing that Jackie Chan does on a pole here. He like, his body morphs as he like wraps around it. His legs do something weird. That looks real. That looks real. Yeah, I mean, I didn't love that that one there. I mean, she looked real until the outside cut of the plane, and the plane going through the clouds didn't look real. Wasn't very well done. And then zooming in through, again, that's what I mean by like, it'll start with a shot like where the plane's coming at you, and then it'll zip around to the side and then into the glass, and it just doesn't work well for me. Again, I could see establishing shots for like a Marvel movie out in a universe somewhere, a planet we haven't seen. You know, I could see like utilizing AI for that. I've seen this one. We'll skim through. This was that Jet Li. Mixing genres here. Doesn't look real at all, Jason Statham. I don't know who that's supposed to be. It doesn't look real at all. Looks like they look like cartoon characters.
Ora, olha quem tá aqui, o Mr. Dolphin.
Eu não quero problemas, pessoal.
This looks really good, but again, the anime, they seem to have nailed the anime. I mean, like when you go to the wide shot of this one, it's like they replicate it. This is all the same guy. This is all the same guy. If you look, they just made him over and over and over again. Watch this again. So it's like the AI doesn't know. When you tell the AI, hey, I need a crowd of people, you know, that look like Vikings or something running towards this other character, it doesn't know to make them all different unless you say, please make them indistinguishable from one another. So it's all about how you prompt it. They're literally all the same guy with different colored cloth on. And this is something else I saw, you know, sometimes everything is so clear, there's no depth of field. Like all these guys walk the same. They're not like individuals.
我是找你们来谈判的。
区区一个人还敢跟我谈判？
我有一样东西，或许你们会重新考虑你说的话。
你该不会说的是？
Pretty cool.
4409, confirm visual on the clanker.
I have my registration. Please. I was going to renew it.
Hey girls, this $7 serum literally saved my skin.
Yeah, I mean, like this this is again with the influencer stuff. It's like this $7 serum saved my skin, but it's like, did it? It's not real. You're not real. Like we don't know if that shit's gonna work.
I used to wake up with the driest, flakiest cheeks and nothing worked. Then I tried this hyaluronic acid from The Ordinary, and after 2 weeks, my skin has never been this hydrated. If you have dry skin, you need this immediately.
Dude, I found something.
Yeah, same thing with this.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I've tried a lot of these, but these right here, no crash, no jitters, just straight energy. Check the link or hashtag no bull energy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of it's just more of the same, more of the same. Yep, yep.
If you're a working professional
More of
who
the
trades,
same.
you already make complex decisions every day. You evaluate projects, clients.
Y ya está, mami. ¿Qué?
Yeah.
Ya está, mami. ¿Ya, mami?
I am so ready for this. Okay, so
Leave it on for 15 minutes and it literally dissolves into your skin. Look at how plump and hydrated my face is.
I mean, you can tell like the mouth isn't flapping normal with this stuff. It just doesn't look 100% real.
Because right now, like I feel like a glazed donut. One mask did this. I'm never going without this thing again.
hey guys, so today we are gonna check out
I live in an apartment with no tap outside. I just unfold this stupid frog washer, fill the 12-liter tank, snap on the 4-in-1 nozzle, and spray. It's cordless, compact, and powerful enough for a full car wash.
I've seen a lot of Walter White stuff, and he only does this one emotion all the time.
You think you're in control. Control? You're not.
What did you do to me?
What are you talking about?
I drank this and now I'm having a reaction. It's like my skin is crawling.
Well, just scratch it.
I can't reach it. Do something.
Elon Musk wishes he could dance like that.
Mr. Trump, what an honor. Just huge.
The future is bright.
So, Donald Trump say, is ass levermation.
Wait, I had a speech prepared.
Late for work.
And on that, we'll end it there. You know, is this stuff getting really good? Yeah, it's getting rare. It's getting good. What are you going to do? I still think it's just a tool. And I think it's going to fleece a lot of money out of a lot of people that will never finish. And only, like, why would you spend money just to do a meme to put it out there, a little short thing? Like, you know, the only ones that are going to make money off this are the people that have the money in the first place. I think it's going to be a big siphon and suck people dry financially, because they're going to want to continue to buy tokens and shit like that. And that's where they're just going to make money off people. They're just going to fleece people. And that's what I suspect. And once this power is concentrated in the hands of the few visual effects houses and stuff like that, that will absolutely understand how to use it and get a premium version of it, you know, unlike what everyone else is going to get. Yeah. But it's not the end. Hollywood's not going anywhere.